Hey guys, it's Florida Aquaman, and I got another one for you guys today. I'm gonna go under these bridges and I'm gonna show you all the holes, ledges, fish, and lobster that are under here. We got perfect conditions. We basically got the whole bridge to ourselves. And what is that? Is that a turtle? Is it?
Where?
I got a little help today. I got Eleanor's gonna record me. See, there she is. She's got her little hat on. She's ready to go. Looks like she fishes, but what kind of glasses are those? Those Costas?
No. I do not.
I think they're Gucci.
I don't wear fishing glasses.
Get you a set of fishing glasses. So, all right, we're gonna head out. Here, I'm gonna give it. Here, that's your job.
Your phone.
You gotta
Let's
hurry
go.
up here.
No, you're staying here. Atlas.
Put some boots on. He wants to go.
I know.
All right, so we gotta grab some gear. I think we're gonna stick with this tank. Which tank should we use? We got a whole set of them. I got them all filled up. So we're gonna stick with this blue one because this is now my lucky tank, okay? Get some drinks. But let's put this in the boat first. Give a little push here. Real tight in here. So I used to not drink these, and then Eleanor got me hooked on them. She had them in her fridge at all times. So now Eleanor got me hooked on Coke.
No, you drink more seltzers, like LaCroix or LaCroix to be
Yeah, I'm a seltzer guy. But we're out of seltzer, so you know we got to do the next best thing. So you guys probably wondering why we brought Eleanor along. Because I can only keep 6 lobster. But with Eleanor, I can keep 12 lobster. We made a mess.
I love how you say we.
We made a mess.
We?
This is a team effort, okay?
We?
We made a mess, yeah. We did it together.
Oh.
We got Coke all in the boat now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I hope the Coast Guard don't pull us over. We got Coke all in the boat. I don't know, does Coke stay in fiberglass? Here we go. Look at the water. So normally you can't see in the bottom in this channel, so it's really, really clear. Oh my goodness. Look at it. My goodness. Look at this. This is some clarity right here. And guess what? We got the whole playground to ourselves. Well, I got it to myself, you know? So, I'll tell you guys something too that I don't understand. I don't understand these people. This is why you should watch my videos, okay? If the tide is incoming, you anchor on the ocean side, okay? Because what it's gonna do is it's gonna push you under the bridge, and then it's gonna switch, and then it's gonna go outgoing, it's gonna push you back to the boat. If you go on the other side, you're fighting the current both times. It makes no sense to me.
We're under the bridge.
All right, I'll see you guys on the bottom.
Safe. Yeah. She's a blue tank.
Like always, the first thing I do when I'm underwater is set the anchor really good. Make sure the boat doesn't drift away, because when I get up, I want that boat to be there. So first lobster I seen is a nice keeper. I figured I'd try to grab this one by hand, you know, do a little sportiness. So we'll see how it goes here. Reached up in the hole. So I had a hold of his knuckle, but it just, if you look, it just broke off. So I said, screw it, I'm going back to the net. I really don't like reaching in holes because there's a lot of moray eels and I don't want to get bit, so I try to use the net just because of that. It is a lot easier to just reach in and grab them because you don't have to untangle them out of the net, but your odds of getting bit by eels is a lot higher, so. So you can see there's a couple lobster heads. These are not from people ringing them. This is actually from them molting. So they actually shed their exoskeleton and they leave the remains. Some nice Goliath groupers just hanging around the pilings. And we got another nice keeper here. Like I said, I was over grabbing them by hand after that first one. So back to this tickle stick and net method. You can see how these lobster just, they're crafty. They shoot everywhere in the net. I'll tell you one thing. If you have a hole in that net, they will find it. They are escape artists. You'd be surprised what they can fit through. So if you guys are wondering where I got this nice gauge from, Ian from Tug Trash Outdoors left it in my boat, so I'm using it. So Ian, if you want your gauge back, you got to come back down here and see me. There was a ton of barracuda just sitting at the bridge on this day. So this lobster was super, super spooky. Normally they don't shoot off like that. What that tells me is somebody definitely messed with this lobster before. You can look, he shot even before I got close to him. That's very weird behavior for him. Like I said, somebody definitely tried to catch this lobster because he knew what was up. But he doesn't have to worry about that anymore because we finally caught him. So I always like to double check the lobster with the metal gauge if they're really close, because that metal gauge is exact. Plastic gauges can sometimes warp and be off, and I just don't want to risk getting a ticket over a plastic gauge, so something for you guys to keep in mind. Another nice lobster just sitting in a little hole. You can see this guy is not nearly as spooky as the other one. He let me put the net right on top of him. So you can tell the difference between lobster that have been messed with and lobster that have not been messed with. Something I noticed, if you go like the second day on mini season, the lobster act like that one before. They're always super spooky. They're hard to tickle out of the hole. They definitely know what's up and what's going on. Nice mangrove snapper, but unfortunately you cannot spearfish at this bridge. Some really, really nice tarpon in the background, nice little school of them. Pretty cool to see. There's a nice black grouper. That's my favorite part about diving this bridge, is just seeing all the different fish that are under there. So we got a nice little group of conch shells. I actually thought initially that they were just the shells, and to my surprise, I flipped over a couple and they were live conchs. So I'm not exactly sure what that behavior is, them grouping there, if they sit there because of the current of the bridge, but it was pretty cool to see. Got another nice lobster just sitting in a hole. I noticed on this day is they were buried pretty deep in the holes. Like, I was only seeing the tips of their antennas. Like, sometimes they'll be out and you can see the knuckles, but on this day, for some reason, don't ask me why, maybe it has something to do with the moon and tide, but they were not really out of the holes that much. Is all I was seeing is those little antenna tips. So this is a good time to go over measuring the lobster. You measure the carapace. That gauge is exactly 3 inches long. You measure in between the eyes on the shell, not the eyes, all the way to the tip of the shell. If that gauge, if you're able to force it to fall, the lobster is no good. There's a nice black grouper sitting in this hole. I don't know if you guys see it. It was really quick. And there was actually a big nurse shark sitting under there. And as I took a closer look, there was a really, really nice lobster just sitting right by the shark's tail. So I was like, I gotta get him. And he was pretty deep in the hole, and surprisingly, he tickled right out. Sometimes when they're deep in the hole like that, it's hard to get them to come out. You gotta kind of play with them. But this one, he just came right out. You'll watch. He just walked right out of the hole. Is all you're doing with that tickle stick is you're kind of tapping the legs and underneath the tail, and that gets them to walk. So you can see this one's a nice one. He's definitely a keeper, I can just tell by looking at him. And I'm kind of showing you guys that nurse shark that's sitting under there. That's actually one of the old bridge pilings, so. Oh, here we go. These Goliath groupers. This was a fun time. There was actually a nice lobster right by them, and the Goliath was kind of like sitting on top of the lobster like he wanted me to get it for him. It was really, really weird behavior. So I was like, nice keeper, let me go get him out of the hole, and I'm kind of watching this Goliath, and he's eyeballing me. I can tell he wants the lobster. He was kind of waiting for the lobster to shoot, and he was trying to get a free meal. I've never had the Goliath groupers act like this. It was very weird. I've swam by them many times, but I've never really had them bother me like that. So it was kind of weird behavior. And you can see as soon as this guy shot out of the hole, watch what this grouper does. He comes shooting straight at me. I mean, he was definitely ready to eat that lobster if he got his chance. Just kind of give him a little nudge, just let him know, leave me alone, you know. And if you look in the distance, there's a bunch of other Goliaths just hanging around, so I'm kind of untangling this lobster out, measuring him, making sure he's good, and I go take a look up, and there's another 3 Goliaths just sitting there looking at me. Same thing, looking for a free meal. So I'm kind of nudging him away, telling him to leave me alone, because I just don't want him following me. I don't like it at all. It's just annoying. I don't want to have to worry about losing my lobster and them eating it. So you can see they're just hanging around, just wanting a free meal. So this brings up a good topic of Goliath groupers. They definitely need to be regulated again. I know they opened up a lottery system with the state where they issue 200 tags, but look how many are following me. That is not normal. Look at all those Goliaths, and if you look in the distance, there's 1 black grouper. That shows you how it affects the ecosystem. And these Goliaths, they eat everything. They get big, so it definitely needs to be managed a lot better. They are a huge issue. You can see they're just following me the whole time. It's really a nuisance. It kind of gets old. It's definitely something the state needs to address a little better. So something to keep in mind. So I got this lobster, and I still had this Goliath
one of them still followed me. I swam about 4 or 5 bridge pilings down just to get away from them, and one of them was still following me, and it was this one. So you can see I gave him a little nudge, and there's a little lobster that's out walking, and he tries to eat it. So watch this. This is going to be pretty cool. Slow motion. Boom! Luckily, that lobster was too fast for that Goliath. Another nice lobster sitting in the hole. Quick grab. And that Goliath actually finally left me alone, so I didn't see him the rest of the dive. This was a really, really nice ledge. It was loaded. Unfortunately, I hit it at the end of my dive, and I was really close to my limit, so I only needed a few more lobsters. So I kind of looked. I grabbed the biggest ones I seen out of the hole. There was a lot of shorts in there, but there was definitely a couple keepers, so. Nice little lobster. I checked him on the metal gauge because I knew he was pretty close, and he just made the cut. At this point, too, my air was getting a little low. I believe I was around 1,200 PSI, so I knew I needed to catch him quick and start heading back to the boat. This lobster was pretty cool because if you look how dark he was. I don't know what makes him this dark. If you guys know, let me know. I think it's because he's been sitting in the rocks for a while, but he's almost black, if you look. Pretty cool lobster, and he was really, really nice size, so. So, couple nice black grouper, and actually the black grouper helped me out because I did not see the lobster that were underneath this bridge piling. This is actually the old railroad bridge. That's the very, very bottom of it. So, sometimes it'll get washed out and there'll be a nice ledge in certain spots, and that's exactly what happened here. There was a couple nice lobster under there. I think at this point I only needed like one more, so I just kind of grabbed the biggest one and started heading back towards the boat real quick. Because like I said, my air was running a little low. I think I was around 1,000 here. I was getting to that point where around 1,000 I start looking to where the boat's at, so I have plenty of time. You can see I got a nice bag full of lobster. Can't beat that. And I got a beautiful, beautiful dive. You couldn't beat the conditions. So you can see I got a nice bridge piling. I kind of know where the boat is generally. I see the kudos from where I started, so I know the boat's in the area. Didn't hear any boats coming along, so I headed up, took a quick look, knew the boat was over there, popped back under, and swam to the boat. So you can see how the boat swung with the tide. And if you look, the water is a little bit dirtier. I don't know if you noticed when I was swimming up, because now instead of the incoming tide, it switched to the outgoing tide.
All right, you guys got to check this out here. You guys ready for this? Check this out. That's our limit right there. We'll grab the studs out of here. Check that one out. I don't see a good size to them. And there's the next big one. That one's not bad right there. Check that out. Some nice lobster right there. So we got the live oil going. We'll throw them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Nice.
6 for me and 6 for the camera lady. That's why you always bring a camera lady, see? Always bring a camera lady. Don't forget, okay? All right, so we're gonna head back in, and we got something exciting for you guys. We are gonna go get these cooked at Lazy Days, okay? If you guys have never tried Lazy Days lobster, I have no affiliation with them, I just like to eat there. So we're gonna head that way. I'm gonna shower, we're gonna get dressed, and I'm gonna take the missus for a nice little date. Sound good? So let's go.
Your ladder? Please tell me it's still there.
I hope it's still there.
We're not doing this a second time.
We still got the ladder. I must have mounted it. There it goes. Yeah, we ain't losing that sucker.
We need to remember it. Like,
What?
we need to remember.
Hey, I did remember, right?
Yeah, but we started like, you know, going a little fast.
Everybody forgets the ladder. That's like a
Is that a thing?
common thing here. It's like the last thing you think of. You get in the boat and you're like, oh, I'm in the boat. I'm done. I want to go back home. And then you're like, oh no, the ladder.
Did you have to fight the current at all, or?
In the beginning, I jumped in a little too early.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Well, not really, because figure I did an hour. And I didn't burn the tank. I was like being like really, I had 1,000 left.
Oh, wow.
And I dove for an hour.
Yeah.
That's pretty good
Yeah.
for diving the bridge, because you're fighting the current. So,
But like
yeah.
when you're diving, do you always see the boat? Do you always know where the boat is?
No, I had no idea where the boat. I knew the general area of where it was, but I didn't know where it was.
So how do you find it?
I come up the pilings and I take a look. I know generally where it's at, and I can kind of tell by the bottom. I've dove the bridge a couple times, so I kind of know generally where the boat's at, but I don't know like, oh, it's right over there.
Yeah.
So I just come up the pilings and take a look. You can't see it underwater. It's not like, you know, the viz isn't like on land where you can see, you know, like how many feet can you see on land? Like miles and miles. Underwater you can only see like 15 feet. So makes it a little difficult, you know?
And do you want to finally clear up something about the fact that people keep saying that you're not from Florida, because you just said water, and it just made me think of that.
No, I'm from Florida, yeah.
And people always say, "Oh, you're not
Water,
a Florida
yeah, no,
boy."
it's because my parents are from New York, so I picked it up when I was a kid. So I say water, I say coffee, yeah.
Daughter,
yeah, all that stuff. But
The
no, I was born and raised down here, whole life, yeah.
Because it always comes up in the comments.
Yeah, they think I'm not from here, yeah. All right, we got a tight fit. At least the boat's going that way this time. You know, I got to do it without hitting this guy's boat, too. You know, that wouldn't be nice. I don't want to take
the
out...
other boat, or no?
No, you're good.
Well, last time you said that, and I saved the boat, saved the day.
Oh, stop it.
I did. My contribution is really big, okay? For a camera lady.
So the key is you tap the front here a little bit. You give it a little tap. We got PVC, and watch, it'll swing. Ready? Look at this parking go. You know how I learned to drive a boat?
No?
I took this online boating course,
That's
and
not
it asked you like 50 questions about how to park, and just all of a sudden I can park it up. That's exactly how I learned. took a test, 50 questions, and
We both
I became
know
an
that stuff.
expert. I became an expert on how to drive a boat. What do you think? Now I'm going to tell you how I got really good at driving a boat. I did a lot of gigging, done a lot of gigging, and I drive the boat around and, you know, stick fish. So, oh, the back's coming off. So you got to be really good at driving, doing that, because you don't want to throw people off the boat. So I'm gonna hydrate, I'm gonna get some fluids in me, take a shower, rinse off, and we're gonna head over to Lazy Days, okay? And we're gonna have a nice little meal and get some Johnny Walker, okay?
Which one, red?
Wait, you guys tell me. You messing up the video. You're supposed to record, come on now. I'm gonna have a little Johnny Walker. You guys tell me if you like red, you know, black, or for you high rollers, blue. I can't afford the blue, but I can do the black. It's funny because the camera lady's from Corsica, if you know where that's at, and she made me go all the way over to this little island. I didn't even get to go fishing over there, but they're all drinking. I go with her family and they're all drinking, and they pull out a bottle of Johnny Walker. This is in like France, this ain't in America. They pull out a bottle of Johnny Walker, and I was like, what the heck is going on right now? But it was the red series. So you guys tell me what you like better, the red, the black, or for you high rollers, the blue, because we're gonna get some tonight. So all right, we are off to Lazy Days. Don't I look spiffy? Look at that. I don't dress myself this I don't dress myself this well. Are you ready? Good the way you rushed it.
Did I?
All right.
How many did you bring?
3.
Hello.
Yeah, 2.
for 2.
There we go.
No, they were great
Thank you so much.
Of course, enjoy.
All right, so important question. Which
Let's see.
which Johnny Walker are you gonna take?
I'm gonna do black.
Black?
The black, yeah.
Yeah.
The mid-series, yeah.
Yeah, but remember how we tasted it yesterday and it was so much smoother?
Yeah, it was good. The red is a little harsher, yeah, 100%.
Lazy style?
Oh, Lazy Day style.
Oh yeah, lazy days. I said lazy style.
So I got some Johnny Walker whiskey on the rocks, and she got a spicy margarita. I said for a spicy girl, And she goes, I gotta be spicy to deal with you. So she gives a little kickback. I don't always make fun of her, and she just takes it, if that makes sense. So here's the lobster. We got them Lazy Day style. If you guys want to try this, go check out Lazy Days. It's right by Bud and Mary's Marina in Isla Mirada. You go bring in your lobster whole. Make sure they're dead. They give you a container to put them in. Put them in the container for the lady up front because she doesn't want to handle them. So do it for them. Tell them your first and last name, and they will have them waiting for you. Tell them you want them Lazy Day style. And this is Lazy Day style. What they do is they cook the lobster. They clean the head so you have a little bit of knuckle meat in the head, and they fry the tails with a breading on them. And what they do is they put a little key lime sauce on it. It's got tomatoes, cheese, green onion. It's super filling. One lobster per person is plenty. I was really hungry this day because I did do a little bit of diving. So I got 2 lobster I ate. But normally, like I said, I only eat about 1.5. So I'll tell you what, guys. I really appreciate you guys viewing this video. Go ahead, like, comment, let me know what you guys thought. I will try to respond to all the comments as long as it doesn't get too overwhelming. I appreciate your guys' support, and we just had a dive video that did exceptionally well. It was super surprising, and I just really appreciate it. And like always, this is Florida Aquaman, and I'm out till the next time.